Shoot him pool, crack a jack, take off now, don't look back, but hey, don't you wanna play? Hold on, sugar, why you look so sad? Come on now, mama, ain't nothing here so bad. You got fast cars, movie stars, party on down the street with Mary Jane, good cocaine, plenty down there to eat. You can double down, throw some dice, you can take off now, don't think twice, but hey, don't you wanna play?
So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. I'll show you what I got going on here. I think this is the last tree right here that I need to take down for the actual building that we're putting here. That real big maple right there, I don't know. I really like that tree. I do. It may have to come down as well. That's a big one. But what my plan here is, tomorrow morning I'm going to come out here, clean all this up here, get these big root balls out of here, and then start stripping the topsoil. And I'll tell you what, it's hard. It's difficult to strip topsoil right now because it's so dry, and you honestly can't tell the difference between topsoil and the subsoil. I mean, you've got to look really hard. If there's a little bit of moisture in the ground, it's pretty easy because the topsoil is so dark. But we'll do our best to strip all the topsoil in here. Right in there, I got a pile of debris on the other side of that maple that's down. Need to clean all that up. I don't know if I'll get all this done tomorrow, what I'm telling you, but one can hope. And then over here, I just cleaned up that area on the other side of my my pit. The pit, the use for it is twofold. Number one, I needed that shale that you see there beside the buggy for the building site. And number two, I'm burning all my stumps as best I can in that pit. I had a bunch of wood there on the other side. I went through it. I will use that for fuel to burn up the stumps. And then once the fire's all out, I'll grate all these roots and all that kind of stuff into the pit, backfill it, and then put some topsoil over top of it. You know, this whole area here will be all dressed up and part of the food plot, which is something else that I want to get done here pretty quickly. It's deceiving because it's middle of September right now. The leaves are turning quick. It's because it's been so dry. And I think they're calling for a little bit of rain, maybe just a little bit, about 3 days from now. But besides that, I don't see much. But that's going to change, you know. At some point, I'll be complaining that it's raining every day. And before that happens, I need to make sure this road is all stoned, the food plot's all seeded, you know, both sides all dressed up, and the building site is ready for the guys to come in and build it. That's what I need to make sure is done completely before the weather turns. They said probably the end of October is when they're planning on building it, but if I have it ready before that, to let them know, and I may get moved up the schedule. So that's where we're at. I have this pile of shale right here for the building site. I don't think that's going to be quite enough. There's probably, I know it's not, as a matter of fact, there's probably 150 tons right here. You know, like 5 triaxle loads, maybe not that much, maybe 4. It'll be a good start. I just knocked that tree down a few minutes ago. Trying to see what this deer is. That's a doe, I think. Oh, there's another one back there. That's a buck. I think that's that good buck. They heard that maple tree hit the ground. I swear they know. They'll be out here eating these leaves tonight. All right, it is now first thing in the morning. I'm going to start cleaning this area up here. I've got another log pile here that I started. I've got firewood poles everywhere. Down at the wood yard, at the neighbors, 2 piles out here at the clearing. We'll have a lot of wood to cut before I have to buy any more logs. Right now I'm just cleaning up some trees here with the excavator right on the other side of that big stump there, but I'm making a brush pile. And I just want to get the building site itself done, all cleaned up, the topsoil stripped, and get it on grade. But I am going to have more work to do all around this area. But I just want to make sure I have the building site ready to go. And maybe I can get moved up the list and get this thing in before the weather gets real bad. I'm not sure what this winter's going to bring. Ryan Hall, he's saying for our area here, cold and snowy. You know, does anybody really know for sure? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Last winter was cold, really cold for a long time, but not an excessive amount of snow or anything like that. But I'm on the skid loader here with the big Virnig grapple, starting to move stuff off the building pad, big stumps, roots. You just generate so much stuff. But that stump right there, that's a big one. I'm going to have to get back to that one right there. That maple tree was pretty good size. It took me probably 20 minutes to dig all around it when I pushed it over. And I'm having a little difficulty here getting the stump out. But I'll get her here eventually. You just have to kind of stay with it. All right, I'm getting there. I'll tell you what, these stumps are massive. These 2 are pretty big. That one back there is proving difficult. And those maples, they hold that dirt so well, you can't shake it off to lighten it up any. But I'll get her out of there. I got that big one there to finish cutting up. I've got a brush pile right here, stump pile right there. All this stuff's going to go over to the pit. I did something a little bit ago that was a good move. I was very close, I mean real close, to lighten up that fire pit. I went down to the wood yard, got some diesel fuel, and I'm like, I got to get this thing burning to start getting rid of more of this stuff. And I thought better of it. I did. It is so dry. And in the burn pit, it's pretty safe, but what's happening this time of year, that Japanese stilt grass around the edges, it's dying off right now, turning yellow, and that stuff is like jet fuel. So I thought better of it. I'm gonna have to wait at this point until we get some rain, and once we have some rain, I'll make all this stuff go away. But right now, I need to head over to the house. Chris Martin's stopping by to pick up a basket of pizza wood. I got the pizza wood loaded up, got my saw sharpened, and I am ready to get back at it here. This maple tree here, they're a pain in the neck. There's like 6 shoots that come up off of it, and the stumps are ginormous, but we're making progress. I was just listening to a podcast, and I don't know how they got on the subject. They were talking about Chicago pizza and how everybody thinks Chicago pizza is like real big thick crust, like a big pie, and they're saying that in reality you can get that there, but most of the pizza is thin and cut in squares. I don't know. Let me know if you're from Chicago. But it reminded me, here where we live, you know, different areas get known for different things. And whenever we have like a friend or someone from out of town, they want to eat at Permane Brothers. There's several of them. And they put like coleslaw on the sandwich, and I don't know. It's supposed to be a big Pittsburgh thing. But I personally, myself included, don't know anybody that eats at Permane Brothers. I mean, I'm sure people do, or they wouldn't be in business. But it's just one of those things that gets in people's heads that that is the Pittsburgh thing to do. And if I had to guess, it's probably more people that are new to the area. I don't know. I'm not saying the food's horrible, but it definitely, it's just not my thing. Nor is it anyone that I know goes to Permane Brothers. Yeah, we had a friend a couple years ago. They were all excited. They wanted to go to Permane Brothers. And I didn't have the heart to tell them that we don't ever eat there. I'm like, well, their heart's set on it. This will be a good learning experience. And it was. They tried to act at first like it was great, but it didn't take long till they were like, that was a letdown, you know? I shouldn't tell you this, but it doesn't matter. But I have been on a serious diet, and it's working. Down about 12 pounds in about 3 weeks, and it's going well. Basically, all I'm doing is math. I stay very busy, so as best I could tell, I should be around 2,700 calories a day. And I've been trying to stay right around 2,000 calories a day. And I'm not like all carnivore or anything like that, but I am definitely loading up on the proteins, especially like in the morning, and then just have a sensible dinner. And so far it's working really well. And I told Melissa, I said, you know, after, oh, that one's still connected. I said, after the first 3 or 4 days, I didn't really have any desire for like any kind of junky food, sugary stuff. I'm not a big sugar guy, like chocolate, although there are times where it's just like, I just crave a chocolate bar, and I might not have had one for months. But I hadn't had any of those problems till the other night. You know, I'm 3 weeks into this. I was in a store, and I saw a big bag of Oreos, and I'm not even, that's not my cookie of choice. I had to get out of that store. I could have bought in that bag and ate them on the way home. Luckily, I didn't cave to the pressure. But yeah, I'm going to stick with it and see how it goes. Like tonight, for example, we're going out to dinner with some friends. So I got to plan my whole day around that. Like yesterday, I had a decent sized breakfast. I like to load up in the morning. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I figure, you know, you kind of burn it off throughout the day. So yesterday I had bacon and eggs and even 2 pieces of toast, wheat toast. I don't eat a lot of bread now, not much at all. And we had steak for dinner last night. Not a really good steak. Steak and green beans, that was it. I was probably at about 1,900 calories for the day. But today, since, there goes a mouse. Today, since we're going out to dinner, I had to plan accordingly. All I've eaten so far, one of those chomps. Did you ever see them? Kind of like a Slim Jim, but it's, in my opinion, it's better. I don't know. It's like 120 calories. I forget how many grams of protein. I had one of them, and I had just a little bit of broccoli salad because I'm planning on a nice baked potato tonight, butter and sour cream. I already warned Melissa. I said, don't get your hands or anything anywhere near where like a fork, my fork or knife could reach, because it's on tonight. Try to roll this maple back over here and make a few cuts on it. You always want to grab these a little bit because you don't know how far it's going to roll towards you. Make sure you're out of the way. That's better. Oh, I already took that one off. Yeah, I'll cut that one off the stump. Clean all this up, some grapple work, and then I'll be about ready to put the bucket on the skid loader. I think I'm going to take all the topsoil this direction, out in front of the excavator. We'll see. Before I do that, I'm going to try to lighten this stump up a little bit. This thing here, I don't want to pull it back over. This thing here is a monster. You see how there's straight edges on it? That's because that's the way I dug around the maple tree. I dig around it, break all the roots, push it over. You try to make it as small as possible, but figure every little bit you scrape off there, couple more pounds, couple more pounds. Maybe we'll get on the side of it. Don't want to run over my saw. That's my 500i right there. It's man, has that been a great saw. It's kind of banged up a little bit. I had a few near misses with it and some light hits, but what a great saw. Yeah, this will work better. I'll get, I'll cut that other one up and then I'll do more of this. I can barely push this thing with the skid loader. Wish I could have burnt today, but I can't. So what I have here, some giant stumps. This mess here, this is all from what was left over when I cleared the food plot. And then on the other side of that, I got some nice brush that will make good fuel to burn the stumps. So when we get rain, we'll light that pit up over there and we'll feed it with that brush pile and some stumps. And then once we burn most of that down, we'll take all this over there and kind of go through it with the excavator, separate the woody material out from the dirt, burn up what we can, push the rest into the pit and backfill it. But this is getting real close to getting to the point where I can just start stripping the topsoil. I'm gonna take just a couple of those little trees down right there, make a nice pile of topsoil right there. Then I'll kind of stake out the building, make sure everything's big enough, and start hauling some shale in. But some of these holes from these stumps are just huge. All right, I'm gonna run over here, take out just a couple of the small trees. Right out in here is where I will put the topsoil. Just kind of line some things up. You always got to line up all your trees so everything's headed the right way. Then you make a nice little pile and you can just pick them up with the thumb, put them wherever you want. But you got to keep things lined up. See how nice of a pile that makes? That whole pile right there, that'll be fuel to help burn some stumps. I'm just going to clean out some of the roots that are in some of the stump holes and try to get rid of as much woody material as I can. It's inevitable you're going to have a bunch in your topsoil pile, but it will rot down. Doesn't really hurt anything. I'm going to end up with a lot of topsoil. I am, because I need to strip it. You know, the road like you see here, the whole building site, all the way around it, pretty much the whole new wood yard. I'm going to grab my bucket here, take it back to the house. Now I'm going to get on the skid loader and start stripping topsoil. I mentioned it's kind of difficult to see what's topsoil and what is subsoil. Well, so I thought. Once I get down a little bit, I can start to see what's underneath of it. And then you know, everything's like horizontally bedded here, so it's pretty easy. Once you get a little bit of it off and you can see what you're doing, you can just cut the rest of it off. I'm not worried about grade here or anything like that, just getting all the topsoil off the site, and it's going pretty well. But it is so dry and so dusty. I keep bringing that up. I ordered filters, air filters, for both the excavator and skid loader. I've blown them out twice now. You should really, I've always heard you only blow them out once, but I don't know if it really matters or not. But as soon as I finish that driveway job, I'll change them out again. But you can see right there through the middle, I'm getting close to getting all the topsoil off of there. I'm going to bring some to this side as well. We'll use it over there where the burn pit is when we, backfill all that. But before I wrap this video up, I want to mention a couple things. Sign up for our newsletter if you're interested. Just go to outdoorswiththemorgans.com. There will be a pop-up that comes up. Enter your email. You'll be signed up for the newsletter. The other thing is, if you are a subscriber to our channel, double check, make sure you're still subscribed. And if you're not and you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. But yeah, things are going pretty well. We're going to wrap this up here for today. But anyway, I think that's about it for today's video. Appreciate you being here. Catch you on the next one.